In this video, we're looking at the interactionist perspective as a sociological theory. This is a major perspective and a major theory in sociology. All right, so let's take a closer look at this very important theory that has been the basis for academic research and scholarly inquiry. All right, so here it says the interactionist perspective, right? So let's take a look at this closely. The interactionist perspective is one of the major sociological theories that is based on micro-sociology. All right, so let's pause here for a minute and take a look at what it means by micro-sociology. Now, micro means small, right? So let's put that here. So micro is small, right? And when we say micro-sociology, then we are talking about smaller units, right, in society. So we're not talking about society, we're not talking about communities, we're talking about smaller units in society. So here it says micro-sociology, which involves smaller units in society, such as the family, right? The family is a smaller unit. Family could be 3 people, 4 people, 5, even 2. That's a family, right? So family, friends, and smaller groups of people, perhaps maybe religious small groups, those sort of things, right? That is micro-sociology. Of course, the opposite of that would be macro-sociology, which is the larger one. So macro is the larger one, right? So that's the opposite, obviously, of micro-sociology. Right, so micro-sociology then is intertwined with interactive perspective. All right, so let's put that here. So interactive perspective, IP, equals to micro, right? Micro-sociology, smaller units. Let's not forget that, smaller units. This is also sometimes known as symbolic interactionist perspective. So sometimes the interactionist perspective is also known as symbolic interactionist perspective, due to its position that definitions and symbolic meanings play a critical role in shaping our behaviors, right? They play a critical role in shaping who we are and how we view ourselves. So let's put that here. How we view ourselves plays a critical role, right? And why is that important? It's important because these symbolic meanings and these definitions by other people inform us on how we can behave, and influences the way we behave, and influences the way we see ourselves. Our perceptions of ourselves is influenced by this interactionist perspective, right? Symbolic interactionist perspective and definitions and symbolic meaning. It goes on to say it further posits the way we view ourselves is dependent on how others view us, and those views influence our perception of ourselves, right? So the way others see us influence the way we see ourselves. So if they see us as good, we begin to believe that we're good. If they see us as intelligent and smart, we begin to believe we're intelligent and smart. That may not really be the case. That we take our clue from others and in society, our friends, our family members, and whatever they think about us and their perception of us is becomes our own perception of ourselves. That's what this is saying. It posits that the way we view ourselves is dependent on how others view us, and those views influence our perception of self. All right, so let's get rid of this here in a minute. And then here it says, when this happens, it means that we value the definitions of others about us. We value the definition, right? And this is the key point here. We value what they say about us. And what they say about us has a lot of weight in how we see ourselves. That is the micro aspect of this theory. The family and friends in inner circles, and groups at work, for example, faith groups, those groups and individuals influence us in many ways. And they see us as bad people, we begin to see ourselves as bad people, right? So it means that we value definitions of others about us, which in no way is an objective evaluation, right? So it's not objective, it's just their perception, their opinions about us doesn't mean that it's objective. doesn't mean that's who we are. That's how they see us, based on their own experiences, based on their own values, based on how their interaction with them. In this perspective, we tend to be influenced by subjective interpretations of events, even when those interpretations are false, right? So events out there, we believe how people interpret those events. And even if their interpretations are way off, far afield, well, guess what? We believe them, right? Because those people that have those opinions and interpretations are valuable to us. We look up to them to define ourselves, to give us symbolic meanings and so forth. This is interactionist perspective as a sociological theory, a major sociological theory that has become the basis of scholarly interrogation, academic work, research, and what have you. Interactionist perspective is one of the three major sociological theories that is based on microsociology. There you have it. A very important sociological theory that has again been the basis of a lot of research, a lot of inquiries, and of course a lot of practical application.